Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. I have 5 everyday carry items that you may have heard of before. You may have absolutely no use for. Some of these I have no use for, but I thought I would show them to you anyhow. Or you may find them extremely unique. So I just thought I would do a deep dive. We all find ourselves sometimes looking for that niche item, that item that we can necessarily use every day. We didn't know we needed. Well, at least I don't oftentimes find myself looking for that. But if you are, I might have some items here that work for you. So the first one here is from this company called Tightener. Now, here's the thing. This is they call it a curve measure ring that is designed for measuring curves and just very odd surfaces and something like that. You put it on your fingertips. So let me just demonstrate using my wrist. You put it on your fingertips, you take it around, and it can measure different surfaces, right? So it has a little measuring tool there at the very, very bottom. It can measure different surfaces. Now, here's the thing about Tightener, okay? You guys have some unique EDC products, but why in the world would you send me the centimeter measuring device? This is America, okay? You sent it to me in metric. You should have sent me imperial. I don't know what you were thinking about, but beyond the fact that they sent it to me in centimeters, this one specifically does 10 centimeters, so I can do the conversions, but they have another one that can do 5 inches. This might be useful for you if you find yourself measuring curves a lot, if you're measuring very, very small angles. Maybe you are so for instance, my wife is an interior designer. Whenever she's sketching something on a pad, sometimes she has to quickly measure out on her sketchbook how many inches or centimeters she needs to do something. She might find this useful if you're an architect. If you're in the trades, can I see you using this? Not so much. If you're just an EDC enthusiast, an EDC head, this might be for you. It does have a fidget factor, okay? Because every time you move it along, it clicks a little bit. Can you hear the click? So the click means that you've gone around completely. So in this case, every time it clicks, that means you've gone 10 centimeters. So if you need to measure a longer distance, keep going. And then when you hit 10 centimeters, count it in your head every time and add it all up. I'm assuming the 5-inch one works the same way. It can be used for measuring in irregularly shaped items or something like that. It is made of CNC machine titanium. That's appreciated. It's an infinite loop. And if you just like the feel of titanium texture stuff, then this might be for you. Now, the next item is a little bit different, okay? I talked about this probably almost 2 years ago, and I haven't really brought it up very much since. This is called the Detonation Technology. This is one of their digging knives. They have several different digging knives that they make at Detonation Technology. This is the one that I've been using when I go rucking, whenever I go hiking or whatever the case may be. I don't like carrying pry bars. I'm not a big fan of it. This one's a little bit different. This one is made of AEBL steel. It comes with a leather sheath. It comes in at $70. What did I like about it? This edge right here specifically is a cutting edge, so you can use this as your EDC knife. It gets done. It takes care of packages just fine. Does it handle rope so good? No, it does not. But can it do a lot of other type of everyday carry type of stuff? Absolutely. This side here is a blunted pry bar. There your opportunity for digging purposes. That's why they call this a digging knife. So it can do stuff that other tasks cannot do for other digging knives or for other pry bars rather, because this side is a scraper. That is the difference. Okay. So don't use it for scraping your boomsticks. You're going to tear your stuff apart. But if you need to do other type of scraping some dirt off of something, some rust off of something, whatever. This is a scraper on the top. It has a little bit of jipping, so you can get up on this thing really, really good. It has a unique shape on it with this little hole in the bottom. I actually really dig this thing quite a bit. And Detonation Technology is mainly producing everyday carry type of stuff for people who are in the detonation world, EOD world. I actually thoroughly enjoy this freaking sheath. I've tried to figure out over the years, can I use this sheath for anything else? It's so well made. It's one piece of leather. It has a really good pocket clip. I really haven't found a use case for it anywhere other than this specific digging knife itself. So just to kind of show you where this normally lives, this thing normally sitting, I have a plate carrier right here outside the camera. It just sits on that plate carrier. But this next one, I'm a big fan of it, and I can attest to the fact that I liked version 1. And now that they've came out with the tactical version, I think I'm going to like this one as well. This is the Nicor EMR06 TAC. Now, This is a EDC mosquito repellent. It's okay. It sounds silly, right? It sounds a little bit silly. You got like, really? What the F over X? What are you talking about? I have version 1 of this thing. Version 1 was okay. It worked pretty well. My issue with it was durability. I really had an issue with the possibility of dropping the first version and the thing just falling apart. They came out with version number 2, and I can say that I'm excited to really put this thing through its paces and to see what type of improvements that they've made. Now, the way that a mosquito repellent, like an EDC mosquito repellent that you would use, is it emits an ultrasonic wave and it can repel mosquitoes up to 16 feet. So if you're standing still, let's say you're fishing, if you're outside meditating, you're doing some yoga or something like that, set this thing on the ground next to you. It emits those ultrasonic waves up to 15 or 16 feet. And it starts to work after 10 minutes after you turn this thing on. So it does have a pretty decent sized battery in this thing. I think it's 1800 milliamp hour battery. It's rechargeable with USB Type-C right there on the very bottom. So you can just freaking throw there. It has a charging cable inside. But they also plus this thing up a little bit because you can use mosquito mats. So these mosquito mats, you pull these things out, and what happens is this thing knows that you put a mosquito mat inside. It will heat the mosquito mat up to about 320 degrees. Then it cools itself down slowly but surely. But that just takes the ultrasonic wave plus whatever chemical or whatever they have inside these mosquito mats that emulates into the air, and it like doubly repels the mosquitoes. Works really good. They give you 3 mats to start with. The first version that I had, I use those mats every now and again, but for me personally, I got a good experience with just the 16 feet of ultrasonic repellent. Doesn't work so good if you're actually in the middle of walking. For the summer nights, going out to parks and stuff like that, even in the back patio barbecuing, this is going to be something that we use quite a bit. Now, the next item, a little bit different because this one here is just a little bit, I would say that this is called, so this is by Lockbee, and I had the Lockbee notebooks. I talk about the Lockbee journal, and they've been convincing me that they can make some high quality products. I think they're making a lot of their products in Taiwan. Don't quote me on that, but I like what I've been seeing so far when it comes to their journals. And then they sent the watch wallet, and this is where it got interesting. This watch wallet, if you're the type of person, if you want to have something that can carry your items, specifically, this is going to be loaded out with watches, but if you want to be able to carry your items on the go, on the fly, and they be ready to go, this might be your solution. This is the watch wallet by Lockbee. I like the way this thing keeps your stuff nice and organized. If you don't have anywhere to store your watches, you can throw it in here. So see, I got a couple of watches right here. We go on this other side, a couple of more watches right here. They're all loaded up and they're ready to go. So one thing I like about this is that it is made of a wax canvas material. Specifically, it has a lot of water resistance. Now, I'm showing this to you with watches inside. Absolutely, you can put whatever you want inside. You want to use this like as an EDC pouch because you like the elegance of it. You want to throw some multi-tools, some pry bars. So say, for instance, I want to take this out, and let's say I want to throw a Leatherman skeletal in this bad boy. There you go. Now it's a Leatherman skeletal. Now it's no longer a watch holder, but it does have the soft material inside. You can tell that they definitely are aiming towards putting glass surfaces and soft surfaces on this. So pretty durable, pretty ready to go. I like this a lot. And the price thing on this thing comes in at $49 for a price. Check the links in the description because it might be a little bit cheaper right now. I think you can get like $39. There might even be coupon codes to help you out with that as well. So check that out. Now, the last thing, literally on my finger, but I wear this thing all the time. Now listen, the thing about this specific item, I've talked about this several times. I think I still want to pump out a review. I filmed a review on it, and they've added so many new features to this that everything that I filmed that I haven't even posted that video yet is like obsolete. This is obsolete. This is the Ultra Human Ring Air. And this thing is my companion that allows for me to wear an analog watch instead of wearing a smartwatch. This Ultra Human Hair does all sorts of stuff. Now, the price on this is pricey when you first buy it. It's over $300. However, after you make that first purchase, you get so many features, unlike some of their competitors where they make you pay for it, such as I used to have the Whoop band that you wore on your wrist. You had to pay monthly for that. You know, they have the Oura Ring, which is a little bit cheaper than this, but a lot of those features are locked behind paywalls. This one, has God tier sleep tracking, the most accurate sleep tracking I have ever had, period. They also can tell you if you toss and turn throughout the night, insights of why that may have happened, if they can determine extra stress levels. But I'm a big fan of it so far. I mostly use this for the sleep tracking, track when I'm tossing and turning, when it thinks I should go to sleep every single day. It takes the temperature of my skin, and it also helps me to know when I should consume caffeine. So good job on this one. These are some of the 5, like, EDC items that you may find useful. A few where you absolutely may not, but I thought they were some good finds and I will show them to you anyhow. Comment down below which one of these resonates with you, or comment down below and let me know which one you think is the most ridiculous. I would love to know what your comments down below. If this is your first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grave. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.